What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. We got a market watch here. The giveaway's still going on. You're trying to get to 100 subscribers still. Got the Ash Blossom. Let's just get to the info right now. Starting with my boy Hanzo. We got the ultimate rare on the screen right now. This is I just put it up here because I've always enjoyed the ultimate rare. Really like how it looks. I guess you got a light play here for 31. You don't really stick too much and stuff like this. So I mean, nothing like this is not something you should really be worried about. The other Hanzo is very easily available. I have them right here. I think the highest one is going to be this one, the secret rare. Is like two. Yeah, look at that. It's crashed and then went up. Moderate played like yeah, like you're looking at $1 or $2 for a light play version. I just want to highlight that like if I had I think I had like maybe like 6 or 7 of these just because I liked how they looked, and like now it's like all right, cool, yeah, that is awesome. That's a plus. So yeah, so it's sometimes it pays off to get just especially when they're low. I think I got these alternate rares when they're like $5. So like if you see something that's like low $5 and you have an extra $5, it doesn't hurt to kind of pull the trigger on stuff like that. All right, so Hidden Village of Ninjutsu Arts. I saw this price earlier today, and I was like, "What the heck?" I thought maybe I made a mistake because I found a couple of these and I posted them up yesterday, and I thought, "Oh man, I just missed the hype." But no, that's not what's going on here. They never even hit that. Just that stupid direct, getting me. We're looking at $1. Oh yeah, it's one of the two of them are still here. So yeah, $1, $1.12. It's pretty much a dollar card, $2 with the shipping. This is just like one of the random things that went up. It was literally like worth nothing, maybe like 3 months ago, and now we're looking at it, and well, okay, well, it wasn't worth nothing. It was still worth about the same 3 months ago, but it did have a spike that I kind of I guess I missed a bit of a spike, but this was like a 10-cent card for a while. So if you have a couple of these laying around, there's another dollar card. Another card I would recommend putting in the binder just to have as potential trade bait. Here's another card that you probably have just chilling around, especially if you buy collections or if you just like the wind-ups in general. Wind-up Kitten. Oh man, this is wild right here. I love windups, and I've always liked Kitten. And I remember when when the windups first like fell out of power, and like I tried to keep the deck alive. I actually used Kitten the same way that that the person who recently won the YCS with they used Kitten in the Sprite deck. I used it to where I would do my combos in my OTK, but I would incorporate, like bouncing it like with Kitten, like there's there with the ship you could summon it out from the deck and then do the whole bunch of stuff. So it's really cool that seeing how like with all the cards we have and all just that's why I really like Yu-Gi-Oh, to where a deck like Sprite comes along and it just brings all these cards that usually seem useless or have no use or okay, and now they make them broken. This is a card. This is like I'm not saying this is super broken, but this is probably something that people were not thinking of. Like no one was prepared. Like, oh, you know what? I better make sure I stop that Kitten bounce. Like no, this is just like no one's worried about compulse. No, like there's certain cards that people are just not worried about that could really catch people off guard. One of those cards is Book of Moon. There's a lot of situations where like I'm playing and I like sometimes I like to I use Book of Moon in my side deck and I hit them with the Book of Moon and they're like they're trying to do this and they're like, oh, I realize that I can't do anything. I can't use it for this, I can't use it for that, and they end up having to do their sub play or they kind of pass. So, but sometimes those old school effects can really catch some of these like newer players off guard who either don't know how to interact in those certain situations that they cause, or are just not prepared for it. So if you have like a light play unlimited, which I ended up finding, I've ended up finding a copy of one copy that was pretty cool. Light play unlimited, it's like $30. Yeah, like like light play first ed. So like I mean like a light play first edition, it seems like it's like 35, but then like right here 37, 39. So I guess like a more solid price would be 40, but there's a couple up here you get for 30. Well, you get 30 unlimited, but if you want a first ed and you want to go for it, there's like $35 right here. This There's many ways to run Sprite, so like there's something else you could choose besides this. You don't have to run this, but if you want to run that exact deck, and if you want to, because it is a very good strategy. Like, you sit there and you either, if you hard draw this and another sprite monster, then you can combo. Then you actually, yeah, you can combo with it, but you pretty much get it out with a gigantic bounce, then you link it off for an elf, and then you bring it back with the elf, and then you bounce. And yeah, so it's there's probably other cards that you could use, but yeah, this right here, I just love it. I love the wind up cat. I love seeing this being used, and I am definitely gonna give this a try in my next locals. And after this, I actually got caught off guard. I totally forgot that I went and just typed in wind up because I wanted to see was there anything else in the wind up archetype that was actually worth money. And yes, there is. So like, I mean, this is obvious. Like, obviously you're gonna have like the ultimate rare, ship. It's banned. Like, it's got to come back one day. But yeah, I mean, you got this right here. This is like obviously gonna be worth a little bit of money. Like, mod plays 15. Pretty much like they're about 16 to like $17. Light Play Unlimited. So yeah, like, I guess, well, they went up a little bit. We got $20 copies for Light Play Unlims. So yeah, so if you want like a Light Play version, it's about $20. Then you got the Secret Rare Photon Shockwave Zen mains. I think I put one up when it was at 3, but look, it's starting to slowly climb up. They got moderately played for 7, mod near mint 769. So it's like it's about an yeah, it's about $8, $9, I guess, with the shipping for one that's about near mint or light play. So yeah, these are slowly starting to creep up. This is a really interesting option because I guess like if you run a level 3 engine or just for level 3s, this is not only like just really good protection. It's something that you could sit on. It's also good for Zeus. So because like it says, if this face-up card in the field would be destroyed, you can detach one Echo from this card instead. So you basically just like attack, and then it's attack and attack. You get 2 attacks off it. It does have 1500 attack. So maybe that's always not always gonna be like the thing, but it does have the ability to protect itself twice. So like if you attack and then they have something to try to destroy it again, it can protect themselves. So that way you could go into the Zeus in the next main phase. So yeah, this wind up Zen mains could have a little bit of use. I had to keep an eye on it. You do have a super rare version, so yeah, we're not gonna try to go into too much of it. The ultra rare, these are $5, and the last two, these just real quick. I did not know that these were actually had some value. I thought they're gonna be like dollars, $2. No, looks we got like the light play unlims 340, 350, moderate played. Yeah, so like I mean, if you want like a first edition one, we're gonna keep looking. Kids are going crazy back there, man. The freaking school behind me. But yeah, we got the light play first. Yeah, so like a light play first edition, $5-6. So yeah, it's like like $6. You want the light play first edition, 650, 7, 8, yeah, about $7. So we're looking at a $7 card for this thing, just first edition light play, and that is actually very interesting. I don't think I have any rats. I do have other ones. Like I know I have like I think I have the original, like I have original factories, and I have like original hunters, but not have don't have any of these. Wind up rabbit. Here's another interesting one. I I remember there was this deck that I tried to make back in back in like 2000, oh man, like 2013, 14, 15, that era, where I was gonna call it like the quick. What was I gonna call it? Quick escape, something like that, where it was just this. The whole idea was basically all of the monsters in the deck and the cards that I used were either chainable or had effects that would save themselves. So you would have, so you would have like 3 copies of this card, 3 copies of the Evil Swarm, Thunderbird, just cards that like would bounce out. I had Compulse. I had the other Compulse, the one that lets you bounce one of your monsters, to bounce one of those monsters. Like I had all these little, yeah, it was hilarious. I thought it would work, and it's like even in that slower meta, it still wasn't anything. But yeah, I'm actually interested in why this is still holding strong, because it does have a reprint as a super rare, so it isn't like it's its only printing. But yeah, like heavily played unlimited fours, same thing. You're probably watching. Let's go to the third page, and we're still at light played unlimited. So like at like near mints are like $9 supposedly. Like that's That's interesting. I want to see why. I wanted a play set. I only have two, and now I'm like, great. Now I'm not gonna be able to get my get my next one, but we'll see. I want to do some research and see why these freaking rabbits are so expensive. What was I thinking? Epira. I pulled this card like if it was the bubonic plague. Like it was everywhere. Like I couldn't escape from it. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, blah blah. It's my curse card. But the curse card came back and gave me a blessing. They went to like $7, and I'm like, we need to unload these. So I think I had four of them. I should have saved one. I always have this habit where sometimes I like to save one of like cards that go up like that, just in case something like this happens. And no, I said, you know what? Post them all, get them out of here. They're my curse card. I don't want to look at it. I think I even ripped one of these because I pulled so many of them, and I was just angry at it. And now they have pretty much doubled the price they were at the last time. Like I sold the mines at like 7s. Now they're like 14s. I would say why, but it's like level 2, draw one card. Okay. Say no more. There's no more you need to say. Summon, draw a card, summon sprite, life goes on. So that's pretty much like that. Yeah, like it the reason why it doubled in price just explains itself. Sprite just won. He used these. This is that you draw cards. Is good. I wouldn't say this is expensive because they were hard to get. I'm gonna say they're expensive because it came out of nowhere. Like there's certain cards that are like kind of obvious where it's like, okay, this is decent. Let me hold on to a set. Then there's other cards that people just do not care about, and they just throw in their bulk and they just send off to these vendors. And I'm not saying vendors. The vendors don't know, but the vendors just sit there and just collect the bulk. They're going through and they're like, put this in this, put it, add it to the pile, and they end up with these piles of these cards. And then the reason why they end up so expensive is because like not everyone like it's not that there's like a whole bunch just like it's not that there's a limited quantity out there. It's just that like limited amount of people actually kept them. So many people are just buying them. The second people put them up, they're just like gone. And then they go and they hold, and then the deck wins, and then even more demand. So yeah, like if you're playing or if you have yours, you have yours. And if you want to play this engine, then yeah, go ahead and spend your like $28 to get your two. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that, man. That's it just sucks because I usually keep one just in case this happens, and of course, like one of the few times I decide not to do it, doubles in price, and you could have got an cool extra little sale off it. Continuing with stuff for the Sprite deck, we're gonna go ahead with IP Masquerena. This originally I didn't think this was gonna be the best call for the Sprite deck because like I very much locked into this whole you get locked into twos thing and the mirror match, and there's gonna be no point into using Masquerena because you're not gonna be able to go until like a link 3 or 4 blah blah blah. But it's like one, not every match was the mirror matches we learned, and two, you're not always just gonna be locked in, and sometimes you could use your IP Masquerade effect to just make a unicorn before they go into the gigantic, or when they summon gigantic, and then just bounce it back before they're able to activate its effect. So I guess the interruption could still work the same way. I guess I was looking at it too much, like I was looking too inside the box. I'm over here thinking that no, it has to work with everything. Where no, if I could just interrupt myself. But yeah, it looks like couple. It's climbing a bit. You got the gold rare, the version that no one really cares about. Yeah, it's looking at that 4-7. No, don't look at that one. Like $7. Nothing too crazy. The ultra rare, the original one. I think I bought this right before it got reprinted too. I remember I bought it for like $40. Like I finally have my copy, and then like 2 weeks later it got announced for the reprint. I was like, awesome. But yeah, 15. Well, yeah, I really have like $15 for the original, which I mean it isn't bad. That's cool. The prismatic. Now this one looks very nice. I love the look of the prismatic IP Masquerena, and this one is sitting pretty right here at about 17. You got the Korean 420, hilarious. We got the 1785, 1886. Like right after this is gone, we're looking at 18. Even it's basically $20. So there's still two copies out there under 20, but it's like a $20 card. once she'll be gone. It's really good for the effect she has, the ability to bring out so many different monsters, and also how it works with the underworld goddess. Like sometimes that's really all you need. Like they put this certain monster up in a certain matchup, and if you could just IP masquerade that thing away and take it to make underworld goddess, and that could get you there right there. Sprite Blue. It is not looking as peppy as it once was. That was super high in the 90s, and then it just started like crashing down. I think I bought mine at like 65, 70 range, and they're just crashing. You could get them right now 48. And this one's 48. Yeah, like $48 is about the median right now. That's fine. That's nothing too harsh, nothing too crazy, but yeah, man, such a fall from grace. Like I very much feel like this deck came in as the true just combo deck of consistency with power and Toad, and it on paper it looked great, and then in practice it looked great, but in competition it was just like right under. Like it was just always had a whole bunch of people playing the deck, but would always either get second or lose in the top four to the freaking to tier elements or birds or the other freaking crazy stuff that was going on. So yeah, I'm really glad that it finally got its win. Now people can stop saying it's a like bad deck that's getting saved by the ability to spam. Whatever. It's good that this deck is gonna be able to. Hopefully, this deck will be able to make some kind of mark. I feel like they should not have got rid of the Toad engine that hard, but they did what they did. Sprite starter. And this is fallen too. These were at like at one point they were 30s. I think about mine's at 15s. And yeah, like we're looking at not Korean, yeah, 4, 5, yeah, like $6. Yeah, this I can't always touch this direct price, but on average these are about a $6 card. It really sucks in time, like it really sucks to sit there and be like you're in time and you're forced to side these out because if you don't side these out and you go into time, I mean, you're gonna lose automatically, but it's like you feel like you have to use this, especially if you draw this and it's like your only freaking way to get like that shouldn't happen, but it yeah, like that's one of the things that suck about this deck is that like this right here makes you auto lose in time if you don't choose to run some kind of side deck option, and the side deck option better be fire because if you're giving up starter for freaking for just like for lava golem or something, okay, no, lava golem's pretty fire. He's literally fire. Screw it. Start for now on. I'm gonna take out starter in time for lava golem. Life goes on. Sprite, Gigantic Sprite. Here's another one that fell from grace. These were also up there. They're in like the $5, $6 range. Now they're $3. $3 cards. I mean, like they have synergy with other decks. So many other decks have synergy with all these cards, but just without this right here, without the swaps, it just does not. It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit as hard. It just doesn't hit as hard. Well, price wise anyway. I mean, like it's still good if people are gonna use it, but like it's just without the Toad there, it doesn't justify them being so much. Huggins, Huggin. I keep wanting to say Huggins. I don't know why, but Huggin the Runic Wings. She is starting to go up a little bit. It looks like right here looks like she's kind of stabilizing, but like a lot of like 16, 18, 18. She's starting to go. Like we got like a couple right here near mid first, and then bam. We got a couple people that are putting them up. Oh, we got someone here with 9 of them. All right, we got a couple people that are starting to bring the price down, solidly bring it down. But earlier, yeah, it was just strictly $18. So never mind. I was gonna say that this card's slowly creeping up, but people are starting to hold the price down at a $14, $15 mark. That's pretty cool. The last card that I want to talk about is Runic Tip. Man, just a tip and it hurts. This right here is just making me like, I think I sold my Runic Tips when they were 25, and I was like, these aren't going to be good. If I want to play it again, I'll buy it back when they shoot to like $5 a piece. No, no, these cards were very much the real deal. I'm not the biggest fan of losing my battle phase, so I haven't really tried it out, but I played against it a lot and seen the playstyle, and I very much see the overall appeal of these cards. Like for me, like currently I'm playing birds, so like some of these cards don't really hurt me as much. Like they're destroying special summon monsters. Like There are the ones that like negate effects, but for the most part, a lot of my stuff plays around it, and then like them not being able to have a battle phase and not being able to attack over the freaking barrier statue kind of helps me. So, but whenever I switch out to a different deck and try to play another play style against the runic matchup, it actually becomes extremely annoying. So yeah, that was a miscalculation on my part. I knew the cards were good, but I didn't think they were gonna be meta good. So yeah, there's a lot of good cards in Yu-Gi-Oh. There's a lot of cards that just are very good, have good effects, look good on paper, but just do not get the job done in either a competitive standpoint or just a basic deck performance standpoint. So yeah, if you want to get these runics, they're like $35, $36. I suggest you come over here and try to swoop up. This guy has 3 for 33. He has 12 of them for 33. So like, yeah, that's like the lowest one I'm looking at right now. And that's pretty much it, man. Thank you guys for stopping by and checking out all the info. We still got the giveaway going. Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it for now. Long. Peace out.